Not a day goes by without me thinking about the way the world stood in motion. When you walked into my life and we connected like we share the same emotion. Couldn't help but move the threads of little spiders into each other's blind spotches. All this energy's got us inspired now. We couldn't stop it, just say it again.
Hey there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Last time, we kind of had to stop in the middle of a scene, but not really, we kind of got to a good closing point. I think this is where we left off. The problem is when I have to stop in the middle of a scene, I basically just quit from here, and then I have to relocate myself in the playthrough the next time, so that's where we currently stand. Kanami's Kitchen, we found out way more than we wanted to know about them. Holy jeez, I'm kind of disturbed. I'm even more disturbed by the fact that we found out that Kanami, which every time I say that I always think of Konami, and I can imagine that, you know, some of this, like, weird sexualization is the result of Hideo Kojima, because some of the things that happen in Metal Gear are also kind of but Konami is, you know, had a boob job when she was like 14 or 15, and I'm just like, is that okay? Aren't they still growing at that point? It's very strange. It's very strange. Anyway, that aside, I don't want to get into, like, weird boob discussions, especially when I'm so ill-equipped to have a serious discussion on the medical science of boob jobs. Beyond that, we found out that Kanami's Kitchen is missing except for Kanami herself, and unfortunately, since they've only been missing for a few hours, there's nothing really we can do. The police aren't going to listen to us within, like, 48 hours, assuming it's the same as the US, which it very well might not be. Anyway, let's continue. Kanami's Kitchen's members' whereabouts are unknown. What could have happened to them? After getting ready to leave and killing enough time for Risa and Naoto to change, I return to the studio and find the door ajar. I guess they finished getting ready to go as well. I take a quick glance inside, and just to be safe, I see them standing around their belongings, lost in conversation. Looks like I may have made them wait instead.
But much as I hate to admit it, once she became the producer, Konami immediately started taking off.
Sorry for the wait. Are you both done? Oh, were you talking about Miss Ochimisu?
Well, she is the only producer they could be talking about, right?
Are you ready to go? Yep, we're talking about her. She's always like that, so even though she's legit, everyone calls her corrupt. They say she's the worst producer ever. She overworks her idols and makes shameless cash grabs from the fans.
Well, then that does sound she's pretty corrupt,
Some
then.
go so far as to call her a demon or a money grubber, including fans of the idols she's produced. When she started with Kanami and Kitchen, she had footage shown on TV of her forcing impossible demands on those girls.
I see. So by showing images of them being abused as they earnestly pursued their dreams, it would only encourage the audience to cheer them on out of sympathy.
Oh, interesting. So, at least some of her, demeanor is just publicity.
Exactly! That's the kind of thing she's good at. But doesn't it seem like cheating?
It's not cheating if it's successful.
Plus, if it really
There's certainly
was
no
all an
laws
act,
about this.
I might respect it. But she's exactly the same when the cameras aren't rolling, so sometimes I seriously wonder if she's not faking it.
That's what I was going to say too, because she acts like that regardless.
Having been on the receiving end, I can see why you'd think so.
It may also be, though, that she started out with legitimately good intentions, and then this worked, and so this is just the persona she's developed for herself.
Right?
Persona!
She always makes us do insane things without running them by us. I wish she'd think about the people who actually have to do that stuff.
Yeah, what has she
That
made
sounds
you
rough.
do?
What has she made you do, Rise?
Wow, you really want to know? Well, let's just say it's stuff I'd rather forget.
Now I'm even more
This thing about me
curious!
forming a duo with Konami, too. Sure, I understand why now, but how was I supposed to know that? What if Konami and Kitchen going missing is another one of Miss Ochimisu's promotional tactics?
That would be effed up. And it's gonna really backfire and, like, land in her face if we actually get the police
I hadn't
involved.
considered that possibility.
Wait, scratch that idea. Even Miss Ochimizu wouldn't go that far.
I tend to agree only because I'm almost positive, based on the intro movie, that they disappeared into the shadow world. And hopefully they don't get hung, because there was definitely someone that got hung in the first episode.
I think.
I see.
Or the first movie.
By the by, there's something I'd like to mention which may have no bearing on this case. I heard an odd rumor regarding the festival.
An odd
Oh,
rumor?
here we go. Yeah, bad things always come of rumor. Even you is kind of like, oh,
Yes.
God.
If you go to the festival website at midnight, it plays an unusual video. The video
Sure.
shows an idol known to be dead dancing in it. Those who watch the video to the end are taken away to the other side and never awaken. Or so the rumor goes.
Whoa, Naoto-kun! Where is this coming from?
I am not entirely sure that's an appropriate reaction. Anytime I hear the words, watch midnight weird stuff, I get super, super, super concerned. And not just like, oh, what weird, that's a weird
I'm
rumor.
sorry, I wasn't trying to scare you.
We shouldn't be scared, we should be concerned.
Of course, I don't believe this tall tale about some dead idol. Not one bit.
Naoto, I refuse to believe that you're...
Naoto-kun,
Yeah.
you're scared, huh?
It's not... Guys, you cannot possibly not notice the connection between the two other things that have happened. Actually, did the arena tournaments feature... I know they were shown online, but it wasn't at midnight? I feel like it
Yes.
was.
But that isn't important. I didn't bring this up to talk about that.
Reason I can't help but exchange look at Naoto's inability to hide her anxiety. Still, she's right. Now's not the time to be thinking about
Go
something
on,
like
Naoto.
that.
Yes, anyway, there's something that disturbs
thank
me
you.
about this rumor.
What's that?
How can you wonder? How can you not immediately have the exact same conclusion
Well-
hearing it?
Doesn't it seem a bit similar to our prior experiences?
When you look at a switched-off TV at midnight on a rainy day, you'll see your soulmate. You're talking about the Midnight Channel.
Absolutely. The Midnight Channel. The cause behind the mystery we were faced with when we're still just ordinary high school students. A world within TVs, monsters called shadows lurking there, and the enigmatic serial killer centered in the town of Inaba. You would know how to pronounce it. All the memories of last year's flash through my mind, and in an instant, a suddenly chill runs down my spine. Wait Naoto's next words, a growing unease
Of
justified
course,
for
it's hard
once.
to say how much we can trust these sorts of rumors.
I would trust them pretty far, because other than us, almost no one knows the significance of the Midnight Channel rumor. So it wouldn't be something that just perpetuates for no
On
reason.
the other hand, this particular rumor has some troubling aspects to it.
Such as?
There have been genuine victims, and their numbers have been rapidly increasing.
Start with that, Naoto, holy crap. Now, I heard this weird rumor that I don't really know if there's any people actually literally got
Though
abducted.
naturally, there's no proven correlation between the victims and the rumor.
What do you mean no correlation? They disappeared after watching a video. I mean, how do you know there's victims if there's no correlation? That doesn't really make sense, because they supposedly would get pulled into the website. So all you know is people actually vanished. So, that's a weird jump.
Quite possible that the rumor sprung up in reaction to the victims.
What
It's a
victims?
fact that a good handful of people are in a comatose state right now.
Comatose? This is so weird. This is not naturally flowing for me. But that actually almost feels like Persona 3 with people in comatose state.
Coma.
Seriously? I never heard about that. Hey, is something like before happening again?
Is this another case to do with the other world? That's what Rise's probably trying to ask. I was wondering the same thing myself, but Naoto shakes her head in response
There's
to
no
Rise's
knowing
question.
whether this is a case yet or not. I only briefly heard about it the other day during work. I was going to look into it, and if it did turn out to be connected to that case, I thought it might be necessary for me to consult everyone about it.
The LMB website at midnight, huh?
Offhand, I glanced towards the clock high on the studio wall. 11:58. If I pointed it out, at the very least the three of us would check the truth behind the rumor, but...
It's almost
Absolutely.
midnight. Why don't we check it out for ourselves?
I knew you'd say that.
Well, why wouldn't we? Guys, we are the only ones equipped
In
to
all
deal with
honesty,
this.
I doubt that this rumor has anything to do with the disappearances.
Well, this is the best
But
way to
all
check
the
it, though.
same, it may be faster to get to the bottom of this rumor ourselves.
Wait, you want us to look at it right here, right now? Geez,
Why not?
fine. But we're all gonna look at it together. Senpai, you come over here. Naoto-kun, you're over there. And whatever happens, no running away, okay? Let's see. Love meets bonds. Oh, here it is, the official LMB site.
Based on what happened before, I almost expected meats to be spelled M-E-A-T-S. Freaking Konami's kitchen. We say taps her cell phone's touchscreen and the LMB's website comes up. Set list, tickets details, participating artists, several topics and details have been added, but the website seems mostly unchanged from the other times that we've checked it.
The site appears to be operating normally.
Well, it's not midnight yet.
Nothing's coming up. That rumor has to be fake.
I don't know why you're so worried, Rise. I mean, seriously. This is one of those... If I were in their position, I'd be like, okay, let's get to the bottom of this, but I wouldn't be at all intimidated by it. Check the clock on the wall, and again, see it's now a minute before midnight. Just hope nothing I hope something unusual happens.
Wait, what is this?
Rise's voice pulls me back to the phone screen. I see something completely new being displayed. Crackling static fills the screen, and an eerie light flickers. Countless shadows sway in the visual notes, just barely visible. Here comes a movie. Get ready, you guys.
They do look like human silhouettes.
Sort of like an arena.
They seem to be
human
dancing,
silhouette showed
don't
up.
they?
Very badly.
That's all of it.
Well, dang, we didn't go in the Shadow World. I was hoping we would.
This has to be just a prank. I'm gonna check with the admins about this. Oh, or it's part of Miss Ochimizu's PR. I bet she spread that weird rumor to get Konami's group to sell more.
That's when I noticed it. It's on the edge of hearing. What was that? I concentrated, trying to figure out what that sound was. If it's just us here, I can't have heard something unusual.
What's the
right?
matter, Senpai? Did you hear something just now?
You sure did. It's very ghostly and a little bit creepy.
Yeah, I heard it too.
No way. So it wasn't just me?
Wait, you're wearing headphones. How'd you hear it? Those look like noise-canceling headphones, too. Welcome to Persona 4, the Horror Edition. Awesome.
What is that?
Follow Nelson's gaze and notice an eerie light swaying near the studio ceiling. Like a fog machine or a staged pyrotechnic effect, it's lit up by strange light. It's as if it's looking down on us.
Say Fujikawa, I've prepared a place just for you.
Dang, I was hoping this would be almost like an episode of Doctor Who where it was like, oh frick, we got discovered by the one person that can actually do something about it. They're having this like weird thing going on, and then all of a sudden the people with personas show up, and they're like, crap.
Who are you? How do you know my...
Wait, really? Did she just ask, how did you know my name? You're freaking Rise Fujikawa. Everyone knows your name. Wait, did we just get, like, bondage abducted by streamers? That's what it looks like. We probably should have told our friends about this before we did this. Granted, we only had 2 minutes. Hey, it's our own place.
You, Senpai! Oh, you're up. Thank goodness.
Stir the sound of Rise's calling my name. Where am I? The last thing I remember is a weird light at the Takara production studio, and then... Yeah, are you two okay? I don't actually think you would ask where are we, because he should know damn well where we're in the Shadow
Rise,
World.
Naoto, are you alright?
We're okay. You're the one we're worried about. We couldn't wake you up at all.
That's weird.
Yes.
I wonder why.
I'm glad to see you conscious as well. Though, our situation still isn't very good.
It's so dark here, I can't see anything. Where are we?
My guess is we're in the other world that those who see the video are taken to. It seems the rumor was true.
Ah,
That
this
voice.
music.
Welcome, Rise Fujikawa, to our midnight stage.
Midnight stage?
That's right. An ideal world where no one hurts or gets hurt. I only intended to invite Rise-san here. But oh well, I prepared a stage for you all. Here, take a look.
That almost sounds like, Izanagi. Suddenly, a dim light turns on and we realize where we are. Well, perhaps not exactly where, but what kind of place this is. We appear to be standing on stage, a fairly gaudily decorated one, like for a concert. The stage itself isn't lit, but it's overly decorated and exaggerated in every way possible. Simply put, its design screams, Rise is back in showbiz. What in the world is this?
Just who the heck are you? Not only did you drag us here, you put this thing together.
Oh, you know what I bet it is, actually? I bet this is the producer's shadow self. I don't know how this world got created, because it does seem like someone actually has to make these things, at least it did in Persona 4. But I bet the shadow version of the producer is the one running this.
What are you trying to accomplish?
Never mind that. I just want to connect with all of you. Look, see how many have been waiting for your comeback.
Shadow fans?
Are
Some of
these
them have bears.
shadows?
Come now, won't you sing? Dance for them. It'll make everyone happy.
You know what? After my little bit of practice in free mode to get the outros, I am totally ready to dance for them. I'm ready to do this. Shadows that fill the seats give an eerie cheer and sway their bodies as if to command us. What are these shadows? They've been waiting for Rise's performance? Closer inspections, the shadows all connected from their necks, hands, and... The shadow bodies are all connected from their necks, hands, and legs with strange ribbons, and writhing as if they're alive themselves. This is good. If the battle breaks out, it won't be easy breaking through their numbers with just 3 of us.
I've had enough of this!
Once again, and I know I'm metagaming out of this, but I'm like, wouldn't it be relatively easy? I mean, just, Magaru dying would hit the whole room.
You kidnap us to who knows where, and now you want us to dance for these shadows? To hell with that! Send us back home, now!
I don't think the shadows will be happy to hear that, Rise.
The shadows.
What are they doing? All of a sudden, the shadows stop moving, and a silent stillness falls upon the area. At the same time, the music, no more like an eerie song I've been hearing ever since entering the world, begins increasing in volume, as if encroaching from the far beyond.
Now, you're all going to dance. That's what everyone's here for, after all.
With the mysterious voice's loud reply, shadows begin moving their limbs in time to the song, as if they're dancing. Suddenly, we're hit with an overwhelming weakness. We have to fight just to remain standing.
What is this? I feel weak.
That's interesting. So, people that get abducted to this world are basically forced to dance, and whenever they can't dance up to the expectations of the shadows, they get ripped apart. That's my assumption.
Isn't it wonderful? This song is my gift to everyone. Don't you feel it? How they all desire to connect with you?
So that song, and the shadows dance is what's affecting us.
And then, if we actually danced in return, we can change the melody? Possibly?
You, Senpai!
Right.
I instantly see Naoto's intent, and we act at the same time. Okay, so I'm actually starting to kind of see how this works. In this area with this, like, oppressive element... Oh, hello, police. Our personas don't really work very well. It's like, we're disconnected from their home, and so we've got to take control of the situation before we can call them, or something like that. I don't know that I fully buy into it, but it's interesting. It's as if Naruto's quick draw and my call to the persona in my heart were completely simultaneous.
Ready?
Persona!
Or not. Maybe they totally show up.
What? My bullet disappeared. And Senpai's persona too?
So, if I'm going to accept this premise, this may not... It may be that the personas world and the shadow world we were in before and this are not actually directly connected. And so it's like we're coming in here blind. The only reason we were able to get through it in Persona 4 is that you went into the shadow world already having command of a persona thanks to Izanagi. Spoilers. Here, we don't have any defense in the world. We're like anyone else.
Is this your doing?
Don't accuse me of something I didn't do. I told you earlier, no one gets hurt here.
Unbelievable. Both my persona and Naoto's bullet disappeared like smoke before they even reached the shadows. Just like the mysterious voice says, it looks like anything with violence at all gets somehow negated in this world.
What do you want from us?
Well, she already said that, Rise.
Nothing really. We're just asking you to accept us. Come on, let's connect with these eternal bonds. Won't you be good children? It's all right. Don't be frightened. Let's dance together. Won't you join us, Reisei Kujikawa?
My mind.
Careful! This is bad.
No, I can't.
Rise-san!
I can't lose.
What the?
I can move again? But how?
Could it be? We need to move. The shadows are being affected by our music and movement. It's just as I thought. That eerie song we're hearing is forcing the shadows to dance. If we can interrupt that song and the shadows dance, we might get through this.
But how?
I don't know. But one idea comes to mind. If we can force them into a different song and dance like before, then maybe...
What a chatty child!
No!
Naoto-kun!
You're connected with us. Now you can become the you everyone wants you to be.
Senpai! Rise-san, please! Stop their dance.
Naoto!
We just have to get those shadows moving to our music, right?
Rise?
Senpai, if that stuff Naoto-kun was saying is true, then there is something we can do to help her. Right now.
Let's do it.
Try and use my persona. Maybe I can deliver our music to those shadows at full blast. The way they reacted to my music earlier, I think I might be able to affect them a little bit. But I don't think that'll be enough.
This seems an entirely
That's why
inappropriate way for
I
the
need
scene
your
to
help
develop.
too, Senpai. If music and movement affects them, then we should be able to pull them into our rhythm, right? Don't worry. Just show off your cool dance. I know you can do it, Senpai.
Okay, I'm ready for this. I don't know that I fully buy into it, but I do. I can get behind this a little bit.
This.
Here we go. First time for real.
All right.
It's a war out there every day. You can't hide from me. You gotta pray for the roots, but you could got an out in the face.
How's that?
That is free. When your friends and boss to come like in the face.
All
of
right.
it. They miss the history, but they fight all the place in it. Yeah, they fight all the place.
How's that?
How they pass the times, the best how you love was right. I know it's natural to
All
say,
right.
but there ain't no other way.
If I can just keep this up.
You're doing great! I can feel what's in your heart!
Need to face what can spill into the light.
All right.
Alright. It's going well. So this is hard, guys, actually. Because it's on a TV, and so trying to keep up with all 6 of them requires a lot of, like, eye movement.
How's that? All right. All right. Yeah.
You sing, you fall, break down, and you think you can
Yeah.
take one more round.
Alright, doing well. Halfway there.
How's that?
Telling you, you cannot give up. You cannot give up. So you fight the times, but just how you was goodbye.
All right.
It's kind of bad because I can't even look at you.
Take your loss, the thing is right.
You're doing great!
It's working. The shadows are going for it. Yeah. How's that? How's that? All right.
Dang it.
How's that? Persona is the power of the heart. Depending on your heart's true nature, it changes form. Not just for hurting, and not just for fighting. Right now, I know I can show you how I really feel. Yeah, we will never stop changing. Answer my call. Izanagi! Good, that went excellently.
That one actually, I'm glad I practiced first. I would have never been able to do that if I hadn't. I would have failed so many times trying to get that right if I hadn't been doing the outro things. I don't need to watch the replay, no. So I've got to say, I mean, I still find it awfully, you know, narratively convenient that our personas don't work. However, again, depending on who created this area, if they just specifically made it so that violence is impossible, and instead built a, like, presence of despair into it, you know, that would just slowly drain your will to live, it does kind of make sense that personas could fight back with that, with the same, within the same rule set. That's what personas do. They adapt to the situation that they're in, and, you know, allow you to demonstrate your actual, you know, desire to live and your actual desires. They break through despair. So it is weird that personas can't exist normally in this place, but under the rule set they have, you know, put forth, it does make sense that, you know, people that have the power of Persona are able to change, to affect the music and affect the environment that they're in. That's kind of what Personas do in the Shadow World. So I do actually sort of agree with the way they presented this, and I didn't think I would. Originally I thought you can't have shadows and not Personas, because originally I thought that was Personas didn't work in this world. But having seen the way they laid it out, I sort of understand. I sort of accept it. Steadying my ragged breath, I stand locked in place as the adrenaline dies down. I see. I realized it after dancing in front of the audience the first time, but dancing really is expression. It seems like conveying what your heart is easier in this world compared to others. At first, the shadows were just pushing their eerie song at me, but I could feel their hearts being drawn to our music and dance. That eerie voice in the shadows must have been using that system to their advantage in trying to control us. Instead, we used it against him. In other words, we used the inherent rules of this place to win them over. Still.
Good job, Senpai! That was a fantastic performance! Actually, what was that persona just now? There was something different about it.
I'm not sure. But when I thought I wanted to convey my feelings to those shadows, my persona responded from within me.
Way to go, Senpai! And that's why you're our leader. Only you can pull off something that amazing.
Yes, use amazing. That is one of the. I'm like, at this point, they should all be equivalent. I'm kind of tired of this like rabid fascination with you all the time.
Come on.
It's true. As I felt myself conveying my heart to my shadows, I had a kind of newfound determination. I had nothing concrete backing it up, but I still feel it clearly. In truth, my persona was responding to my desire to express my feelings, and it took on a new form. We can still continue to change. Ever since the case ended and we got back to our normal day-to-day, I felt uncertain, wondering how I could move forward, but just then, my persona had erased any doubts I'd been having.
Naoto-kun, we did it! Senpai gave him a super sweet show.
Yeah.
I sensed it as well. That's what allowed me to return to my right mind.
Is there a wrong mind in you then?
You sensed it? But you got caught by that ribbony thing and...
Yes. Because of that, I learned something about those shadows.
Oh good, deep in the
Really?
plot.
What did you find out?
When caught in that ribbon, it's as if you're forced to be the you that others desire, rather than how you perceive yourself. You're made to believe you want to be tied to the other shadows with that ribbon, even if it means discarding who you truly are.
Interesting. So that kind of goes back again to the original Midnight Channel, and how it shows people the, version of a celebrity that they most want to see. Or not necessarily a celebrity, but...
The dreadful thing is that I myself felt sure that it was what I needed to do.
Just as I thought, with Naruto's theory and my intuition, it seemed clear the song and the shadows dancing are meant to bind us to their will. As I speculate, Rise seems to somehow unhappy with Naruto's words. She pouts,
That's
indignant.
crazy! You're no one else but you, Naoto-kun.
Well, in hindsight, I can see how bizarre the assumption was. So my theory is that the ribbon has the power to induce those beliefs.
Yeah, I sensed it too. While I was dancing, I felt like I couldn't let my guard down at all. That the shadows would take me if I did. That song and the shadows dance probably have a similar power. So what I did was concentrate on getting my message across as I danced.
Yeah, this emphasis on getting your message to the shadows, I'm not sure I fully agree with. I think it would be a lot better if it just said that, the song prevalent in this place had, I kind of like my version better. The song prevalent in this place, lowers your will and weakens your, desire for independence. Whereas the, music from outside, is a much more individualistic and celebratory, and so by allowing that music to take control. But that's not what they're saying, but that's what I'm going to choose to believe because I like it better.
You said something like that earlier, too. What did you want to tell them?
I just did what you said, Rise. Dancing is about expressing yourself and your feelings to the people watching you, right? So I danced to show the shadows who I am, not what they wanted to see.
And as a result, I remembered who I am. It's ironic that the key to this confrontation was the true self I once tried so hard to deny.
That is an awesome little observation there,
One
Naruto.
shouldn't abandon oneself just because they've been connected to others. I feel that those shadows were released from the ribbon's binding because they sensed that as well.
So are all these people are all those shadows people that looked at the midnight stage on the website?
Rise-san, You didn't get that sense from watching him dance?
Of course I did. I could tell his dancing was different from usual. I just couldn't put it into words because of all that persona stuff that happened.
Yeah, I'm sure you got the message loud and clear, Issei.
Suddenly, shining shadows enveloped in the globe shine even brighter and begin dissolving as if melting into light. It's a beautiful sight. Despite the situation we're struck in, we can't help but marvel.
Wow! It's beautiful!
Is something going to happen?
The shadow's presence is fading. What's going on? It's like they're returning somewhere.
Returning? To where?
I don't know. But that's the feeling I get. With that weird ribbony thing gone, it seems they all disappeared from this world. Maybe they realized something wasn't right, like you did, Naoto-kun.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Still, what could those shadows have been? They didn't seem quite like the shadows we knew.
Naoto has a point. We're out of danger for now, but the situation left us with countless questions and barely any answers. First, we need to find some way to escape from here.
You don't like this stage, after all the trouble I went through to prepare it?
I'm trying to end the episode, and they keep adding
You
more
again?
stuff.
I've had enough of this. Is your idea of eternal bonds tying up the shadows with that thing? You've got one twisted mind.
That's right. If this is the connection you speak of, then it's much too one-sided.
What's so funny?
It's okay. If that's what you think, then I certainly won't force you to stay here.
Really? That's surprising.
Don't get so cocky just because you set those back. Our bonds are eternal. There are countless others to forge them with.
You. Are you gonna bring someone else in here?
Sorry, but you've already stepped off the stage. The next performances will be beginning soon, featuring Tamami and the others.
Tamami? You don't mean...
In that instant, everything clicks. But that would be the worst case scenario. I only hope my conclusion is wrong. I force myself to speak up, speaking with as much determination as dread.
The members of Kanamine Kitchen. Did you kidnap them?
Why do you care? It has nothing to do with you.
And with that, we are going to end the episode. We have now found out that there are victims within the Shadow World, and we're going to do what we always do. I know I said this already, but I do find the way that this is set up to be awfully convenient, and it's obviously set up so the game can happen. I don't feel like it's an organic setup, but if I put that to the side and I just accept the, narrative that they're giving me, I do believe it. I do accept, okay, this kind of makes sense, and it's kind of amazing. A world in which people can't fight each other, and then everyone is just bound to everyone else's will. It's like the perfect society, as long as we ignore the fact that people need to be people. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Actually, today is Friday, so no, I will see you all Monday. For, us to make our resolve to explore this world, find Eerie Voice, and put an end to people being pulled in here. See you next time, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Although, actually, that does raise another question before I go. How did Kanamine's Kitchen get abducted here? Because it hasn't been midnight since, we got pulled in at midnight. They disappeared in the middle of the day. Weird. See you next time, guys.
Persona 4, Dancing All Night.
I'll get this done.
Counting on you. We'll get back into it.
Oh no!
It was so close, too!
Oh no!
Good.
Are you serious?
feelings get through.
Yeah! Let's bump this up! Yeah!
Great moves!
Yeah, Yukiko Senpai! Way to hit it!
That was cool, Kanji-kun. Oh my! What did these two? I ran wild too!
Keeps me going through the night. Some dream keeps me going through the night.
Persona!
Stage clear.
Oh, I think I did well.
Hey, have some confidence. You did pretty damn good.